I won't be able to make any new friends. Hearing that for the first time, coming from people other than me when we started high school, was a bit of a shock. When we all got split up into different classes being left on our own to find new friends, it was surprising to hear that many weren't able to find the friends that they were hoping for. I, like some of my former classmates, miss our old class. I don't think that I'll ever forget those great moments we had. And before I get further into the video, I need to explain something first. Since I don't live in America, which you could probably tell instantly by my accent, I don't attend high school. Or rather, we attend high school in my country at the age of 16. A nitpick, but let's get back on topic, shall we? The fear of being left out, without any companions. During summer break, I got very anxious about starting high school. A common thought I had was that maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't like my new class, and that I wouldn't have any new friends. The feeling of dread I had only continued to worsen. As summer break went on. Eventually, I talked to a friend of mine and expressed my concern, which he also shared. After our discussion, I had one single thought left in my mind. I had no idea what was going to happen, whether I was going to enjoy my time in high school or not. In the end, I decided that it simply didn't matter. It was simply a waste of time to live in dread over something that wouldn't even happen until we arrived at school the following month. And when the big day came, the classmates and friends, some of whom I'd been with for almost a decade at this point, got separated from one another. Now it may sound a bit dramatic, which it wasn't. It just happened, and we moved on from there. After the initial tour of a new school building, where we would spend the next 3 years of our life, we introduced ourselves to each other. Luckily for me, I knew someone in this class. So, we glued ourselves to each other, almost as you would see someone wearing a backpack, never separating. We didn't interact too much with the rest of our class, and I guess that's why we didn't form any friendships with anyone else for the first week or so. Needless to say, I had no one to talk to in my class the next week when my friend decided to get sick. I had trouble deciding whether or not I would keep to myself or try to talk to my classmates. Of course, I still had my friends from middle school, but the time we were able to spend together had been affected by our new and differing schedules. So, for the time being, I was alone. There was one classmate in particular that I had spoken to before. We hadn't chatted with each other in any meaningful way, but one day when we were in the same group with a couple of my friends, I tried involving him a bit. After that, I found it much easier to talk with him, although we hadn't said much to each other. But now we had spent hours in each other's company. So, the next thing I knew, we ended up talking for quite a while. By the end of our conversation, we'd already found some common ground. And to set another example, I befriended another one of my classmates, simply because he commented on my sudden expression of craving for bread and sausage. So, to give you a much clearer understanding, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. If you want new friends, the number one advice I would give you is not shy away from a conversation. The most random things are what establish the friendships I now have and will continue to enjoy. So, be open to the people around you. And if you truly have nothing to talk about, then you're probably looking for friends in the wrong places. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't worry too much about getting new friends. Rather than worrying, you should just let life play out the way it wants to. The least you could do is try. Thank you for listening to my ramble. Maybe you found something interesting, or you turned away the second I said sausage. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you want more videos just like this one. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you on the other side.